What is up, people? Matt here again. So I'm not particularly sure if this is going to be a serious video or not, but I think I think it's serious, or at least not joking or anything like that. So people might be a bit confused by the title of the video I give it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do the title as. Probably like games transcended or something like that. Something kind of silly, I guess. But what does that mean? Well, a lot of people will just say, oh, a game's a game. You know, you play a game, that's it. But there's more to it than meets the eye. And it's hard to explain. So let me just get something off the shelf so I can maybe explain it a bit better. So you just normally play a game, okay? So this is a good game. I'm not bashing it, but Dark Souls, okay, it's a good game. I enjoy playing it. That's what I've got to say about it. It's a good game. But when does a game stop being a game and become something a bit more important? Well, for an example, Final Fantasy 13. Everyone hates this game, and it's not justified. I love Final Fantasy 13, and it did something that I will never forget. Before I played 13, I wasn't a huge fan of Final Fantasy. I'd played 7 and I'd played 8 when I was very young, about 4. I didn't like Final Fantasy 7. It put me off. I didn't mind 8, but I used cheats to get anywhere. So for years and years, for like 12 years, I didn't like Final Fantasy. This game got me back into Final Fantasy. I owe a lot to Final Fantasy 13. I owe a lot to the whole trilogy. That game to me has transcended being just a game. It's altered me. It's altered what games I like. It's done a lot more than just a normal game. But there are other games that I've also played that have done just that or even more. And this is where it gets a bit more serious. So, long ago, a couple of years ago at least, about 4 or 5 years, just before I'd left school, one of my friends at the time was going through a bit of a rough patch, and he probably won't mind me saying this in the video. I'm not going to name him, but he'll probably know who I am. I might even show him the video. And he stopped going to my school down here, and he moved up to Edenbridge. I'm not going to say why, but for quite a brief period, for about, I'd say at least a year, he was in a bit of a rough place. And there was one game that me and him played together while he was going through this, and it was, I don't know what the magical time, I don't know, it wasn't a magical time for him, but it felt, you know, I was legitimately happy, and I'm pretty sure he probably was, given the circumstances. So what is the game in question? Well, it was Phantasy Star Universe for the Xbox 360. And yes, okay, well, it's an online game. Sadly the servers aren't running anymore, but there's a private server. But the point is, he was going through a really rough time, and me and him just got on that literally every day. We'd just sit there, we'd play Phantasy Star Universe, we'd have a good old time. And I think that it definitely helped him, and although I wasn't going through a rough time, I definitely felt a bit more connected. I felt, you know, I was happy. And, you know, this game did a lot for me. Maybe it didn't necessarily help me, but it definitely, you know, I was happy when I was playing this game with him. And for me, that means that game has transcended being just a game. And that's what it's about. So, whereas Dark Souls, okay, I just played it, it was a fun game, you know, on to the next one. But with these two games, it changed me. and not just I didn't just beat the game and go on to the next one. There was a change that happened to me that affected me, and that means it's transcended a game in my opinion. These two, especially more this is just not a game. It's not just a game anymore. It changed people. Like drink changes people, like smoking and drugs change people. This game changed me for the better. And that's why I think it definitely transcended being just a game. And I'm deeply sad that I gave up playing this game before the servers closed down. I should have, if I could go back, I would have played this game non-stop right until the final day of it closing down, and I probably would not have regretted a single minute of it. But yes, that is my opinion on this, really. Some games are more special to some of us, and they do transcend being a game, and they do change who we are or how we think about things, or even just our attitude or how we're feeling at times. So yeah, some games can transcend being just a game, and it is very important. And who knows what the next game to do that could be? You just don't know until it happens. But anyway, as always guys, thank you for watching this video, and I'll definitely see you on the next one. Bye now.